Okay, so today we are going to solve a problem called palindrome number. So palindrome number is a number or any kind of string or number. If you read it like from front to back or back to front, it's the same thing. For example, 1 to 1. If you read it from starting from this position, it reads at 1 to 1, and if you read it from this position, then go backward, it is still 1 to 1. So this is a palindrome, so it will return true. For this particular use case, if you read it from left, it is say minus 1 to 1, but if you read it from the right, it says 1 to 1 minus. So that's not a palindrome. Now 1 0, again, if you read it from the left, it is 1 0, but if you read it from the right, it is 0 1. So again, this is not a palindrome, and same thing with this. So one thing is very clear in this particular use case, that when the number is negative, it can never be palindrome, because if you read it from right to left, the negative sign will come, uh, you know, on the rightmost side. So which is again, this is not a palindrome. So what we will do basically, uh, we will create a variable here, a boolean variable, which will contain the result. By default, we will put it false. Then we will create a variable num, which is basically will store the value of x. Then we will operate on x, but before we operate on x, what we will do, we will check, we will run the algorithm only if it is a positive integer, or maybe like less greater than or equal to 0. We will not run this algorithm on the negative number, because in case of negative number, this cannot be palindrome based on the problem statement. Then we will going to reverse the number. So let's create a variable called reverse and initialize it with 0, and then we will operate on x. So to reverse the integer, so we have done another problem, that is problem number 2, where we write an algorithm to reverse an integer. So we will use the same algorithm here to reverse our number. So you need to update the reverse. You will multiply the original value with 10 and add the x mod 10 on this, and update x with x dot 10. Now when it comes out of this while loop, we need to see if the number which we created by reversing, if it is equals to the original number. If it is yes, we will update result to true, and finally we will going to return the result. So in case of negative number, it will never enter in this particular loop, so it will return false, which we want. In case of positive number, we will start reversing the integer value. With this loop, every time we'll take the last digit from the rightmost side and update our reverse value based on the last digit, and then put it multiplied by 10, so that the last digit will kind of appended at the end. And we will keep doing this thing while x is greater than 0, and when x will become 0, it come out of this while loop, and here we will basically check whether the number that we reverse is equals to the original number or not. If it is equal, then the result will be true, that means it's palindrome. Otherwise the result would remain false, and we're going to return the result. So let's try to run this piece of code on a very simple test case. So here you can see it is accepted. So our algorithm is good enough, at least for this particular use case, and now we will run all the test cases that is available here in the LeetCode. And yeah, so it passes all the tests and it's good. So thank you.